Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So, Sea of Thieves is once again in a very interesting time, and considering that the last video I made about Sea of Thieves got a lot of views, I felt, why not make another video ranting about Sea of Thieves? This time on Season 16 and a bunch of other stuff. So I guess let's start with Season 16. So far, not very interesting. In the two updates we've gotten for Reaper's Rule this season, we've gotten one voyage and the ability to open the seal on Reaper's chests, which is just a bone collar times 2. Why? Why is it so lackluster? Like, I'm sure for the lore nerds, they might be going crazy over the bone, over the Reaper chest. But, like, for gameplay people, this is awful. Like, I'm sure I got sick over the new voyage really quick. Because it's just go to an island, dig up a chest of bone and blade or whatever it's called, open it up, get the skeletons, have them sniff around for the totems or whatever, and then once they dig up the totems, then they have to go dig up some was a sarcophagus, and then you get this fancy skull which shows you on the map. And by the way, it was like broken for a week or two, where if you put it in a chest, it would completely hide the marker. So that was pretty cool. But besides the skull being cool and selling for a good chunk of change, week one, not week one, but like the first month of this season was pathetic. Only really giving us a new voyage, one voyage. Compare that to last season, where we got technically one voyage, but 2 versions. But at least that one was a little interesting because it was catching new types of fish. And then compare it to now, where it's just, wandering around an island and letting skeletons dig everything up for you. Now, I'll admit, the skeleton NPCs are cool. Like, having little skeleton buddies with you that you can give your treasure, and that, if they have to drop it to fight, after they're done fighting, they'll remember to go pick it up again. Pretty cool stuff. But is it really worthy of, basically just that as the update? No. I feel like rares, they're getting a little too comfortable with drip feeding again. I don't mind being drip fed, as long as the content being drip fed to me is solid enough to keep my attention for at least until the next drip feed. But this, nobody's staying for more than a week for a voyage that is relatively boring and just not all that interesting. And then breaking the seal on Reaper's chest for the second update of the season. That's really all there is to the second month, is just break the seal on a Reaper's chest. You get 6 skeletons. Have fun. Like, what? Why? What's on? Like, if this is the drip feeding for the future, I don't like the future. I don't want to know how like the next season's gonna look. If drip feeding is getting this like this bad. So let's stay to more recent topics, like this update, you know, the most recent update. So let's talk about Hourglass cross-region matchmaking. Do I like it? It sounds good on paper, yes. I do like it. But I don't play Hourglass anymore, so I don't have a real opinion on it. Because I just don't play it anymore. So for any Hourglass players, I'd love to hear if you've tried the cross-region matchmaking, if it's been a positive, a negative, you know, if any Hourglass players come across this video, just let me know. And because I'd love to hear some opinions on it. Because, I mean, people like Crud say it's a solid thing if it works. And I agree. You know, if it works, perfect. If it doesn't, that's a whole nother problem. But we just need to see. You know, update came out only just a few days ago from when I'm recording this video. So we just gotta see what happens. I guess let's also talk about 110 FOV. Good. This game needed an FOV increase for a really long time. Because 90 FOV for most players does not cut it anymore. Many games have 100 plus FOV. The finals has 100 FOV. Destiny 2, I think it's 105 FOV. And most competitive FPS games, like I think Call of Duty's is 110 to 120 for max FOV. I don't know exactly, I don't really play Call of Duty anymore. But most like games that, you know, most FPS type games have a FOV max of 110 or higher, or like 100 or higher. So the fact that Sea of Thieves is finally catching up and delivering a 110 FOV, which by the way, years ago, I just got a call randomly. By the way, years ago, like around 2 to 3 years ago, they said that 110 FOV would never happen. They said 90 FOV was the highest it'd go, because any higher and it would look stupid. But look where we are now. 110 FOV is on the horizon. And that person, that I believe, yeah, they were like a mod in the Sea of Thieves Discord, I think. And they said 90 FOV, we're not going to 110, we're not going to, like, not even 100. 90 FOV is where we're sticking. And I guess I bet that person's feeling real stupid now, because their comment is getting joked about everywhere. Speaking of stupid, let's talk about pirate profiles. Yeah, first thoughts on pirate profiles. They are greedy and stupid. So, pirate profiles, if you didn't watch the Sea of Thieves news recently, it's essentially the ability to make more pirates on your profile, as the name suggests. So, essentially, you go to the Pirate Emporium, you pay for a pirate profile pass, and then you use that pirate profile pass to make a new pirate on your profile. Now, they didn't say if there would be limits, they didn't say how much it would cost, so my assumption is it's going to cost as much as a pirate change potion, and perhaps it's gonna have a limit of like 5 to 10. I don't know. I don't really, I don't know what they're gonna do with it. They gave very little about pirate profiles. They just said that, hey, in the future, you'll be able to have multiple pirates on your profile. And the main reason they gave for it was for role players and for people who want to be a little silly and do different challenges on their profile without having to make a whole new one. Which, by the way, is why pirate profiles, it's stupid that they're charging for it, because you can just go make a new profile. It's completely free to go make a new profile. You don't, like... Now, obviously, there's going to be people who pay for it. It's inevitable. People will pay for just about everything. But I feel like this should be a free service. A limited free service. If they listen, I'll offer my 2 cents on pirate profiles. What they should do is offer 3 free profiles, because many games like Destiny 2 and Monster Hunter offer 3 free profiles on your account before you have to make a new one, essentially, a new profile. Make it where you can make 3 free profiles, and then after that, charge for profiles, charge for after 3. Up to, in my opinion, up to either 7 to 10. You know? Because especially after 10, if you need more profiles, I don't know what you're doing to need 10 profiles or more than 10 profiles. But yeah, make pirate profiles initially a free service that after 3 you charge. I feel like that's a fair system, because charging right out the gate is, in my opinion, greedy, stupid, and not very smart. I mean, stupid and not smart's the same thing, but whatever. But yeah. And then I guess let's wrap up this video with talking about Season 17, Smuggler's Tide. I guess let's start with the elephant in the room. Why do we need smugglers in the Sea of Thieves? Is, I guess, stealing's allowed now? And also, as somebody on Twitter pointed out, we don't need smugglers in the Sea of Thieves. It makes no sense, because the Sea of Thieves doesn't have like a central government that you need to smuggle from. Like, there's no government in the Sea of Thieves. It's just do whatever you want, be a pirate. Like, because no real faction has taken it up, has like taken the reins as the government. So it doesn't make sense for a smuggler's faction to exist, because who are you smuggling from? I mean, granted, in the trailer, well, the smugglers are stealing from, you know, innocent, like, people, which is kind of screwed up. But it's just, also Smuggler's Tide, the new season, like the future season, just doesn't look that appealing. Because all they really showed in, like, the cinematic trailer was, like, vertical kegs. That's it. Now, granted, on the Sea of Thieves Twitter, they showed, like, you know, they showed, like, I think it was, like, yellow bottles of rum and a bunch of different stuff. And I'm assuming that all the smuggler stuff probably explodes if you screw with it. But I'd assume it would be very lucrative selling that stuff, because it explodes, so more value. In my opinion, they need to show more. because just showing a cinematic trailer where it's, you know, smugglers with vertical kegs that are assumingly gonna sell for a lot of money, it's just not good enough. Like, obviously, probably in a month or so, they're gonna start showing what we're gonna get in Smuggler's Tide. But right now, especially, because that cinematic trailer they showed that at Xbox, what was it called? Like, I forget what it's called, like Xbox Game Fest or whatever. Like, the fact that they showed something so lackluster at Xbox Game Fest, it's just, why? Granted, the last thing they showed was Captaincy, and that still doesn't work. Like, Captaincy still doesn't fully work, even like 3 years later. So assumingly Smuggler's Tide's gonna be, you know, it's gonna be a very buggy update, as they all are. But yeah. I guess, you know, finishing up on Season 17. I guess I can give my thoughts on, you know, how I think the future of Sea of Thieves is. And considering the lackluster drip feeding we're getting right now, mixed with pirate profiles and Season 17 looking very lackluster, I don't know what the future of Sea of Thieves is going to look like. Truthfully, I don't know what the future is going to look like. I don't know if it's going to, you know, maybe they'll change their minds on pirate profiles and take my advice. Maybe Smuggler's Tide's actually a really fun update. We just don't know because Season 17 is so far in the future. Like, I think Season 17 is in August. And I believe Pirate Profiles is coming with Season 17. So we will not know until Season 17 how truly bad the future of Sea of Thieves is going to be. But with that, I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. If you liked, if you enjoyed this little rant, then consider liking. And if you want to see more, you know, maybe subscribe, no pressure. But yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.